Good evening. Today, the Delaware Supreme Court issued a ruling that will change how voters across the first state cast their ballots. Now, this comes after the Delaware General Assembly passed a law allowing mail-in ballots and same-day registration back in July. Now, soon after, the Public Interest Legal Foundation filed a lawsuit challenging that law, saying it violated the state's constitution. Now, a decision has been made by the Supreme Court ruling that these methods of voting and registering do in fact violate the state's constitution, meaning Delawareans cannot use these methods anymore, and that does include this upcoming election. Now, we got the chance to speak to Jane Brady, attorney and chair of the Delaware Republican Party, who filed that lawsuit.
You know, some people will say this was political, but the Supreme Court is actually a majority of Democrats, and this was not about politics at all or public policy. It was about compliance with the law.
The ruling comes just weeks before the midterm election set for November 8th.
All right, Chief Meteorologist Rich Wardzik here as we take a look at your weekend forecast and what to expect here with some of the chilliest temperatures so far this season. Fall making itself known again after two summer-like days, especially today. I'll show you the high temperatures that we had. This is your weekend forecast, a much cooler scenario than what we had here the past few days. Only 62 degrees for a high temperature expected tomorrow. That's going to be running 10 to almost 15 degrees below average. You're looking at Sunday being definitely on the cool side as well, but check that 40 out there Sunday morning. We're going to be looking at the potential for some frost-making temperatures close to us. Not quite here in Delmarva just yet, but basically the core of cool air that could support frost-making is going to be just off to our north. We're going to be right on the edge of it here as this cold front's moving through tonight and putting us into that true chilly fall air. So it will have that feel to it, just a few degrees colder. We would be talking about our first frost of the season. We're not there yet, but yeah, as you know, give it a few weeks and I'm sure we'll get there. 79 degrees, that was the high at the Salisbury Airport today, above average, right on the mark for where we should be for low temperatures to start. Here are your highs across the region: 80 in Wallops, 76 in Ocean City, 79 in Georgetown. You saw that high of 79 in Salisbury, Cambridge at 77, and Easton at 82 degrees. Okay, weather watchers, well, at one point we were in the 70s. I wanted to throw a few of them on here for this evening, but now settling into the upper 50s across most locations. Here it is, the satellite and radar. The clouds are building in ahead of the cold front, and you can find it right there. A couple showers coming out of Baltimore up through Wilmington, generally Newcastle County and the Delaware area here, the only part of the state that will be seeing rain. For the rest of us, Kent down into Sussex and, of course, the eastern shore of Maryland, we're not looking at any showers, just clouds along this front that eventually will lead to the cooler scenario that I'm talking about. Let's track it on Futurecast. Here we go through the night. Cold front will move off the coast pretty quickly. By tomorrow morning, some residual cloudiness at 8 o'clock, sure. But by the time we get to late morning, all that will go away. It will be a very nice, bright day tomorrow. Certainly will not match how it feels, though, as it's going to be much cooler. And going into Sunday, we'll continue with the sunny skies, but the very cool temperatures. All right, quickly switching gears here to the tropics. Julia, tropical storm, still set to move off to the west into Central America. We'll keep an eye on it, but it looks less and less likely that this will reemerge in the Gulf of Mexico. Good news for the Gulf states and, of course, for the East Coast in general. 48 to 53 tonight with clouds continuing to increase. Again, we're not tracking rain here with those. Becoming sunny tomorrow, much cooler setup at 60 to 65. That's it. 65 on Sunday. A few of our warmer spots will be just shy of 70. A lot of us will be close to that on Monday. And you can see where we're headed here. A slight warm up each day, although nights will stay in the 40s, so the heat will probably be on at your house or apartment. But showers expected on Thursday. That's our next chance for rain. We've got more DSI coming up on the other side of the break. Stay with us.